Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be making a treat. This is something I learned how to make in so many different ways. I'm making mofongo my way. Now to begin with, because I did not want to make this process too long, behind me I am frying my pork pieces. These are like the pork shoulder cut up. So I seasoned those my way and I'm just frying them now. I have here platanos, not bananas, but platanos. You're gonna tell that the platanos are way bigger. You wanna make sure they're green, they're hard. You wanna make sure of that. We're gonna also be using some garlic, cilantro, and a couple of spices to go along with this. Now, one of the things that I am doing is I am serving this with a broth. The broth I did ahead of time, but I will tell you how I made it. So for the broth, I took some pieces of chicken with bone in, and I put them in a pot with some water. I added sofrito, garlic, pepper, onions, all that fun stuff. I seasoned it with a little bit of sazon, some salt and pepper, oregano, cumin. I did garlic and onion powders, and I added a little bit of cayenne pepper because I like a little bit of heat. And I let that boil until the chicken was completely cooked and the broth was slightly reduced. I also added about 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce, but you don't need to. I did. So I set that aside, and that is my broth. I discarded the chicken and I used that for something else. And I took the bones out, threw those out, and just kept the broth. And that's what we're going to be eating this mofongo with today. Now to begin with, I'm doing a very small batch, so I'm using 2 platanos. So for starters, we're going to cut the 2 ends off the platano. And we're going to go right down the middle, not deep, just a little slit all the way down. You could use your knife and just pry it a little open, and just use your own nail or your finger to go alongside of it. And little by little, you remove it. If it cuts, doesn't matter, restart. I'll do it again so I can show you guys, okay? So, again, 2 ends off. And a slit right down the middle, not deep. And we will start opening it up. And we're going to be putting this aside. We're going to throw this out. No, look, before we continue, we're going to take this and cut it into, depending on the size of your plátano, about 5 pieces. You can go smaller if you want. I'm only making a small amount. So we're gonna put this, set this aside while I prepare the other ingredients. So in the same oil that I fried my pieces of pork, I am gonna go ahead and fry my plátanos. Normally when I make mofongo, I fry my plátanos twice. This time though, I am only frying them once. So we just want to make sure we keep an eye on it, and we keep stirring it as we go until all sides are golden brown, and we put them in paper towels to drain for just a second. So I gave these a little turn, and now I'm cooking them on the other side. These are almost ready. So now we are simply going to take out our plantains and put them on paper towels to drain. It's super simple. So we put these on paper towels, and we're gonna get them drained so we can get started. This here is my pilon. Friend of mine brought me this one. Mortal and pestle. So in here, we're going to start by adding a few of the plantains at a time, right? And I'm adding to that 1 clove of garlic, and I'm going to start mashing without dropping everything like I just did. So we continue in there, we continue mashing, we continue adding more and more. I have not seasoned this yet, but what I'm going to do right now to season this slightly is that I'm going to use a little tiny bit of my broth, and I'm putting it directly into my mofongo mixture, and I am going to slowly start moving it around because I want to flavor my mofongo with this. You could tell automatically it's looking good. Let's add 1 or 2 more pieces. I could use my bigger mortar pestle. I just did not want to take it out and have to clean it. So we'll do a little bit at a time. We're going to grab a spoon and just make sure everything gets incorporated, including the garlic. So I'm just moving it around. At this moment, I normally would just add chicharron, right? Pork rinds. I didn't buy any and I was not in the mood for pork rinds today. But what I am going to do, in the middle of this, I want to make sure that my garlic is nicely squished up in there. What I am going to do is, before I even take this out, I'm adding 1 or 2 pieces of my meat pieces, just because I would like it to be inside of the mofongo. So this is what we're doing, and this is ready. Now I'm going to set it aside for just a minute while I get my plate ready so you guys can take a look at what mofongo should look like. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mofongo out, and I'm going to start putting it on anything that I have that will make that look perfectly roundish. Set that aside, and we have our plate. Help it along so you can get it out. And we're going to put our mofongo right on top. Next is that we're going to take some of our broth. You have 2 options here. Either you can serve your broth on the side so they can put it themselves, or you can just simply add your broth to it. Right? To finish it, what we're going to do is that we're going to take some of our pork that it's so beautifully fried, and we're going to keep topping it in, and you keep topping it in. Whoops. Oh, that piece says it's calling my name. Oh, let's eat you. Oh yeah. So we could put in pork and top it with some chopped cilantro. If it falls, it's okay. It's all gonna be all going to the same place, but let's leave it there. If I leave it there, I feel bad because I feel like it needs a little piece right there. It's not gonna fall. Okay. So, cilantro. And there you have it. Mofongo done my way. Simple and delicious, great meal. You could plate this up in pretty much anything and it'll make it look so nice. You could even serve it in your mortar and pestle, or buy yourself small ones and serve them directly in there. And that is perfection. So there you have it. Mofongo done my way.